Hello, so this video I want to create the darker details for this side, and maybe a little bit more for this side as well. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna go to my main silhouette layer. I'm gonna burn this direction here. So because my dark surface right is covering this area, so when I burn it, it's actually just dealing with this corner here. Okay, so I want this corner to be a little bit darker. Okay, actually I want the details here to be a little bit darker as well, this corner here. Okay, you guys gonna be a little bit darker, while also keeping some of it a little bit brighter to reference. So I'm brightening and darkening things at the same time. Then I'll also use my smudge tool to push this edge out. So I want to get the jacket edge here like a teeth, exactly the same as much as possible. You can get it more accurate to it. Okay, and now that I have some darker values, I want to make use of it. So I'll use a darker value here, and then I'll start to add some of these darker details here. So I'm working on the darker details layer now. And yeah, you can use paintbrush to create all this. I like to paint a little bit and smudge. You can just paint if you want to with a lower opacity. And I'll just use my eraser to erase off a little bit of the excess, so I end up with having that opacity. And then I would add these edges here as well. Okay, here the need to smudge a little bit more. I want to get this opacity down here. Okay, opacity, eraser, erase off a little bit more. Erase off here, erase off there. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more back, a little bit more dots. All right. I can go back and burn some of these layers here from the bottom, so I can have more values, darker values into it. Zoom in slightly. I want to create this kind of chip off effect, so I'll go to my main silhouette layer, and then I'll use my smudge to push things inward. So it's very important that we are adjusting the silhouette a little bit so it looks a little bit organic, like in the reference. It doesn't look too straight. Want it to be a little bit rounded on the silhouette. Some chip off here and there. Okay. Now I want to create a highlight layer. I want to add some of these highlights here. So once again, zoom out a little bit. Make sure the highlight that you are using is not pure white. So make sure it's a little bit more to the left, like this. So it looks very white, but it's actually, it has values on it. So we can still make it brighter if we need to in the future by having this control. Click on clipping mask to use my smudge. I'm gonna erase off a lot of the excess that I added. Only keep the highlights that I want to keep. So it's like smudging a layer of polish over your cube and only keeping those areas that you want to keep. You can use erase or you can use smudge. Call this layer highlights. Also going to add some of these highlights to the darker details here. So that's so it makes them more 3D. It's very important that some of these dark details have the shape of light on the sharp edges. Okay, so we have it on a different layer, so we can still control the overall opacity layer if we want to. Okay, so that's good for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.